As of today, Git is the most popular version control system. It is a completely free, open source tool that allows teams to work together on the development of their source code. According to Stack Overflow's 2018 survey, as many as 87% of programmers use Git version control system. And from 2020 survey, as many as 82% use GitHub, which is only one of the several popular services for hosting Git repositories. Many popular open source projects work with Git. For example, Node.js or Ruby on Rails. To be able to work with Git repositories, whether in open source, commercial or private projects, we need to have a copy of one on our device. Git is a distributed version control system, which means that each clone is an exact copy of the underlying repository. In the most extreme case, like during a failure of the server and no backups in place, we can restore the repository from such a copy. And with that comes a question: what is a Git clone? Well, it is literally a clone. It makes a complete local copy of the repository, along with a whole history of changes from the beginning of the project. At the same time, clone is also the name of a function in Git that allows us to make this type of copy. We already know that the clone makes a local copy of the entire repository, but there still needs to be some external synchronization point, the place where everyone connects their changes and downloads changes made by others. It is a so-called remote repository. The clone function automatically connects this remote repository, which is called origin, with our local one. If you want to learn more about Git clone, check out the video in the upper right corner, where we put to the test Git clone versus Git backup. The clone operation, just like any other function in Git, has a basic default behavior that can be extended with various parameters. One of the parameters for the clone function is --branch or -b. By default, the clone operation takes all branches and performs a checkout only on the main branch. The above-mentioned parameter allows us to change it and perform a checkout for a particular branch that we specify. However, it won't change the fact that Git will fetch all branches anyway. This is not what we would like to achieve in this case. Imagine a repository that has 3 branches, the master being the main one. Clone operation with the branch develop parameter will allow us to pull and check out the develop branch. But what will happen to the other 2? As you can see, all the branches were downloaded anyway. Let's try to modify our command in such a way as to clone a single branch only. Since Git version 1.7.10, the clone operation has the single branch parameter. What does the documentation tell us about it? Git clone learned single branch option to limit cloning to a single branch. Surprise! Tags that do not point into the history of the branch are not fetched. So let's check the operation in practice. We will copy the operation from the previous example, but this time we will add another parameter. Let's see its effect. This time we managed to clone a single branch only. Why do we need this? Because sometimes the repository we are working on can be very extensive and we don't need to download all the branches. For reasons of saving memory, keeping order and avoiding chaos, such instruction can be useful and helpful for us. I mentioned that a local copy of the repository, in the extreme case, allows you to restore the project. The problem appears when this copy contains only a single branch. Then of course we do not have the entire repository and we must be aware of it. Proper Git repository backup, which GitProtect.io provides, helps us avoid such a problem with a granular backup of your repositories. So that was how to clone a single branch of your Git repository. If you want to learn more about cloning a whole Git repository, check out this video. And if you want a comparison of Git clone versus Git backup, check out this one. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to this channel and visit our sites zopro.com and GitProtect.io. See you in the next video. Goodbye.